Players are in place. The umpire is making sure that all non-playing personnel are off the field, and that's great, guys. The umpires seem to have good control. They won't start the game if there's any likelihood of a problem with the crowd.
Yes, no doubt about that. Just looking up there, I see Matty McNamara hasn't had a touch yet, but it hasn't been up there, has it?
Yeah, that's true.
Up there once, and it was from a long goal.
So umpire now puts the ball in the air. Big fellow in Cooper, back in ruck for Horsham. Ball comes to ground. Picked up there by Thomas. He can't get clear. Picked up by Cooper. Went to handball. Finally gets the left foot to the footy. Fisher again at half back. Great work. Greed tried to crash the tackle. I think he would be pinged, and well, the umpire initially paid advantage, but there was no advantage.
That was good.
So the free kick will come back to, is it McClure? Yes, McClure. Jed McClure has taken the mark. He wanted to play on. The umpire suggested he wasn't behind the line of the mark. So back we come. So McClure now.
So this is stop-start footy. This is what Geelong wasn't doing.
Yeah, so the ball now from McClure. Long kick into half forward. At the back, Roland Beck. Good tap forward. Looking for and picking up the crumbs was Heath for the Horsham side. Matty McNamara leads in the race for the footy. Handballs that, well, could have been pinged for a deliberate. There's no doubt what his intention was, but at least it went forward and over the boundary line. So between wing, almost half-forward flank for the Horsham District in the first minute. The ball will be thrown in on the western side of Coghlan Park. Nice throw in from the boundary umpire. At the back was Weiss, gets a tap down. Good interception there by Butch for Horsham. Thrown out to teammate in Thomas. Great smothering by the Geelong players back there. Hooked back towards the corridor. Big fellow stands his ground and has taken the mark.
McDonald.
And this time it's not. It's Hurd. So there's a third player thought about playing on. So man on the mark is Brett Fisher. Probably his first kick, I'd say, Hurd. It's a long kick toward the head of the goal square. Big kick, big pack of players back there. Good defensive work by Geelong. Broome picks up the crumb. Doesn't know where to go. Looks for the boundary. Yeah. Well, I think didn't have much options either, Laurie. Perhaps not much leading up further. But his kick found touch, if that's the right word.
Yep.
He's gained 45 metres for Geelong, and near the 50-metre arc, the ball drifted over the boundary line. Not on the full, and will be thrown in. 2 minutes gone, second quarter. No change to the quarter-time score. As the boundary umpire about to put the ball in once again. Again, good throw in. Weiss used the body to get his opponent out of the way. Good work by Fisher. Gets a tackle on his opponent. Again, a tackle shrugged by Thomas. Hooks it back towards half forward where Heath has taken the mark. Obviously a left footer. Leads come from full forward. Matty Lewis attacks the football. Does well. Geelong well through a nice bit of work. A handball goes to Trotter. Oh, Trotter has looked for the numbers. He might get away with it. Matty Furman. Nice handball. Missed the mark though in Scown, and now picked up by Thomas for the Horsham side. Hooks it long towards the half forward. Good body work on that occasion. Mark taken. Ferguson outpointed. Long kick into the full forward position. That's just gone across the face of goal. And that is behind to the Horsham side. Their first behind of the day. 1 goal, 1-7. They trail Geelong 7-5-47. That's Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 3 minutes gone.
They're playing a bit better. They've opened the quarter up a bit and they're crossing the ground very well, and they're starting to find their targets, Horsham.
So McNamara now, long kick for Geelong. Fisher at centre half back takes the mark. Rickett probably flew early and upset a couple of the Horsham players. Yeah, that's almost 50. Player coming across the mark. But not to be, as Brett Fisher now just tips it short. Trotter in the middle of the ground, takes the mark on his own. So they're making space, the Geelong side. Now he goes wide. Got a player made good space out there is Rickett. He hooks it back towards half forward. Kick not so good. And dropping back is Cooper to take the easiest of marks on half-back flank. He's about 6'12", and Andrew Ferguson 4'0", so there was no contest there. Cooper now hooks it short. The lead has come for the Horsham side from McClure. Takes the mark, hooks it back to the middle. Matty Furman's got a big task. He's got 2 to beat, but does well. Gets the ball to the ground, dives on it. Handball out to Broome. Great work, Matty Furman. Broome now towards the full forward position. Ricky O'Toole takes the mark. Gets a handball across to Fitzgerald. Handball back to Ricky O'Toole's a bit sharp, but he recovers. Fitzgerald hooks it around the body, and he's kicked his second goal. Terrific teamwork up forward by the Geelong side. And they've kicked their 8. 8 goals, 5-53 GDFL. They lead Horsham District 1-1-7. 4 minutes and a half gone. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard.
Break your heart, that Horsham, the Horsham fellas, especially the Horsham back line, because they had it in their forward line there for at least the first 4 or 5 minutes, and all they got out of it was a point. And then all of a sudden, the GDFL get the turnover, bring it up the ground, and set up a goal.
Well, I've got to give a lot of credit to Matty Furman. He was outnumbered 3-1. How he got a handball out there was just pure skill, and he able to get a perfect one out, and they were able to run onto it.
Well, in the middle, a contested knockout. The ball stolen there by the Horsham side. Nice kick into full forward position by Jed McClure. And the mark diving forward has been taken, I think, this time by Hurd.
McDonald.
No, McDonald. They look alike, don't they? Hurd, McDonald, very similar. And McDonald.
That was a good clearance. You can see the design in play now. They're going to try and get the ball out and bomb it in the forward line quickly and kick it long, but they can't kick.
McDonald. Well, it's a very ordinary kick, I'm afraid, for the Horsham supporters, and missed the mark by a fair margin. 1 goal, 2-8. They trail the Geelong District Football League 8-5, 53 Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 6 minutes gone. Geelong's skill, Laurie, I think, looks a bit better.
Oh, look, they're moving the ball a lot quicker, Eric, and look, I think this is a difference between country football and football in Geelong. We tend to run the ball a lot more. They tend to, in the country, kick the ball long and high and a little bit stagnant where we like to flow the footy on.
So the ball kicked in there by McNamara. Good tap forward. Wells not able to take them. They tackled high, surely, Adam Wells. And umpire signalled the wrong way. But Wells to Lazarick by hand. There's Furman, gives the lead in the middle of the ground, but intercepting Shane Manning. Takes the mark, not able to get a handball clear. Was looking for it, certainly. Adam Wells doing well. He's just directing operations in there. Ball to centre half forward. Lee Clifford, nice mark in front of the face.
Fitzgerald on his own.
So now he kicks it long towards full forward. Well, that kick wasn't so good. Ball comes to ground. Great work there by Ferguson. Can he get a handball out? He can't. Rickett tries to pick the footy up. Ferguson following up. Hooks around the body. Ricky O'Toole takes the mark. Has a pot shot, but a very poor kick. Only behind. So he's really limited in his movements, isn't he? But does get it behind. 8 goals, 6.54 GDFL. Horsham District 1-2-8. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard. 7 minutes gone. Ball to come in now for Horsham, coming to the change room side. Big fly there, great mark, Phil Butch. And he has taken the mark on half-back flank. Chips it towards the wing. Intercepting there, Matty Furman. Great reading of the footy, and I guess that's 50 metres, surely, umpire. The umpire likes to have a bit to say, and I just feel sure.
School teacher, is he?
Well, Furman now. The kick, well, almost found the mark, but Wells good enough to get the footy. Terrible kick by Wells on that occasion. The interception by Schofield at half-back for Horsham. Ball to centre half forward. The big fella now in Hurd, playing centre half forward. Nowhere to go. Kicks it towards centre wing. Matty Lewis. Well, that's almost an illegal shepherd, I thought, but umpire paid the mark. Little chip forward has been taken by Jed McClure. Between wing and half forward. Change room side for Horsham. Kicks it straight toward the goal. Pushed there forward by Roland Beck. Troy Greed coming back. Got plenty of time on the left foot. Oh, terrible kick. And the mark intercepted by Sawyer. So Sawyer for Horsham. Half forward flank. Goes back to the goal square. Nice looking kick. Big pack of players there. Ball comes to ground. Lazarick at the back. Can't handle a footy. He gets some support there by Fisher. Nice work. Handball over the top to Wells. Ball won't sit for him. He tries to chip it forward for Ferguson. Coming through now to give support, Broome. Little chip pass. Well, it's too tight as well. All of a sudden, the skill level seems to have evaded the Geelong side. They're missing their targets. Perhaps a little more pressure, guys.
Yeah, definitely. It's coming on a bit quicker now because they're kicking the ball long with a bit of breeze and they're getting caught out just a little bit of panic football.
So the ball now out of bounds, half forward flank for Horsham, out of side. Ball comes in. Matty Furman at the back, gets a tap to ground. Nice little handball comes out to Thomas. Another handball to Horsham. The lead has come from full forward. Roland Beck behind his opponent, but the ball falls at the back. Can he pick it up? He can. Oh, head-high tackle, surely, as Roland Beck. And the Brett Fisher wasn't at all happy with that particular piece of play. Beck now, he's got the free kick and plays on quickly. The lead, well, it wasn't there. And players worrying about the tackle as the mark taken by Mackay. Chips it inboard for Horsham. Mark taken by Hogan. Runs on quickly. Kick towards the full forward position. Oh, that's got to be a free kick, umpire, surely. as
Sproul, he was
Troy Greed was absolutely ridden into the ground. The player didn't ever touch the football.
No.
So that's an unfortunate miss there for GDFL. The ball out of bounds, 25 metres from the behind post. Coming in high from back was Young for Horsham. Gets the ball forward. They do well, get a handball clear, another handball to the goal square, and they've hooked it around the corner, and that might be a very good goal.
I think it's number 6,
Daniel Thomas has kicked the goal, and it is the second for the Horsham District Football League. 2-2-14. They trail Geelong District Football League 8-6-54 Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 10 minutes gone.
Yes, well, the Geelong District Footy League are just doing too many turnovers at the moment, and it's costing them dearly. And some of them are unforced errors, actually, and you've got to be aware of that. And like I was just thinking there before, the cool head of Brad Fisher back there, he's done some great work back there, and you can't beat experience, can you?
No, exactly right. He reads the ball so well too.
So in the middle, ball goes up once again. Well, a poor ball up and the tap forward. Everybody overruns the footy. It's fallen into the arms of the little fellow in Sawyer. He's had a pot shot from 50. It is offline, but big clearance there. No contest in the middle. 2-3-15 Horsham. 8-6-54 Geelong Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 11 minutes gone.
The ball's gone over the fence, I think. Over the road.
Laurie, that was a situation where the ball didn't appear to go straight up, and the big fella, no contest. You've got to put some sort of a contest, don't you?
For sure.
Look, it was probably a waste of kicking a finish. It was probably an opportunity they probably should have capitalised on that, and they've done a couple of them. They've come out and misdirected the kicks forward, and they're a long way behind the scoreboard, and they've got to get goals.
Well, the ball kicked very poorly from... well, it was a shocking kick by McNamara, but Roland Beck does well on half-back flank to see the ball to the boundary. And there could have almost been a mark from the kick in, couldn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
So the ball about to come in. Half forward flank for Horsham in this second quarter. This time a ruck contest comes down to Fisher. Can't get a handball clear. Comes to Wells. Gets the ball to the boot. To centre half forward. Man in front. Rickett must use the body and get in front because he's outpointed there by Fox for the Horsham side. Brett Fisher at centre half back. Magnificent mark again. He's got Beck running. Gets the handball. Goes toward the middle of the ground. Big fellas get the ball to Rick Lazarick. Great work. Intercept the crumbs. Shane Manning takes the ball. Got a player running in Ferguson on centre wing. Has a bounce. Kicks it towards the man on his own is Lee Clifford. Kicks it over the top. Ricky O'Toole is on his own 20 metres from goal. Takes the mark there. Runs into an open goal. We'll get it on the boot. And that's a great goal to the coach. Terrific work, GDFL, and created the loose man. Fergie with a bit of run. Yep. Ricky O'Toole kicks the goal. So that's the ninth answering goal from the GDFL. 9-6-60. They lead Horsham District 2-3-15 Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 12 and a half minutes gone.
That was an open forward line, wasn't it? It was beautiful. I think they could have two options down there, but you always kick to the coach, don't you, Laurie?
Well,
he's out there, you kick to the coach. So Ricky finished it off well, and he had great support up the ground. And as Eric called it, Ferguson just with a bit of run just split it open, and it could have went to Rowe as well, but they decided to go to Ricky, and Ricky just finished it off nicely.
We know he's got a suspect injury, and it is an injury. I've actually seen it, and he found he had to pace them when he needed it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the middle this time, Weiss gets the tap down to Trotter, does well, almost elude the tackle, gets it to Wells, on the boot quickly, to half forward, Furman overruns the footy, opponent there, this time in Mackley it is actually, has got the ball to the boundary between wing and half forward flank forward, GDFL, kicking to the northern end, probably against a very slight breeze, it is quite cold.
A little bit of moisture too, Eric.
Cold and overcast as the ball comes back in. Tap forward there. Now, free kick, which way is it going to go? To Geelong against Cooper in the ruck. And it's going to Jamie Weiss. Thought about the handball, but the player was covered. Does finally get it back to Wells. Low into the breeze. Well, that's another push out to Fitzgerald in the contest there. Handball long for Horsham. They've got it through Butch on the left foot. Over the centre to half back. But, good work, Greed. Reads it well. Picks it up and just chips it wide. Got his North Geelong teammate in Weiss out there. Chips it in the middle. You're going to have to go hard this time, Brett Fisher. And
played a wonderful game.
He's not very happy about the treatment he's getting. Brett, he had a bit to say there to a fellow who grabbed him pretty hard. He goes towards centre half forward. Big pack of players there. Through Matty Lewis's legs at the back of the pack. The ball fell. As interchange. Interchange taken. Man coming onto the ground was Friend, dropped the easiest of chest marks. A terrible handball from him also. Handball this time comes out to Hogan. Picks it up, draws the player over the top to Friend. No right foot, I'd suggest. A handball goes inboard, it's to advantage. It's a nice looking kick to hit the post by Hurd. So a good build up by Horsham. Unfortunately, the kick didn't honour the play prior to that. 2 goals, 4-16. They trailed GDFL 9-6-60. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 15 minutes gone.
Yeah, that was pretty good movement then from the Horsham district side with the fella coming on the ground. You know, it's very hard to run in. He dropped the chest mark, but then he butted up for a couple of nice handballs and opened it up. And the big fella then Hurd should have really finished that off.
So the ball kicked in straight up the ground by Roland Beck. Picked up by Horsham. Great tackling by Rick Lazarick. Handball to Ferguson. Away he goes. He's had one bounce. Hooks it back to
great vision.
Matty Furman in the middle of the ground. Decides to go on there. Gets clear of an opponent. Beautiful pass this time. Looking for Ricky O'Toole. Finds Michael Rowe instead on the left foot. He's hit the post at the other end. So Michael Rowe, 4 goals, 1, has hit the post for Geelong, who go to 9-7-61. They lead Horsham 2-4-16. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, almost 16 minutes gone. So the ball about to come in for Horsham once again. Player loose is Hogan. At centre half back, takes the mark. Goes out wide. Well, good work Michael Rowe there. He went for the interception and at least stopped the flow for the Horsham side. Up high, Fitzgerald. Great mark in the middle. Umpire. The Horsham umpire decided it wasn't a mark, and Geelong players not at all happy, but I tell you what, they're pretty ferocious at the footy as Jed Potter's just come on, chips it low into the full forward position. Michael Rowe, not paid umpires. Now tackled around ahead, Ricky O'Toole kicks it along the ground, picked up by Shane Manning in the goal square.
Great play,
the Corio side have helped the Geelong team there with great teamwork, and ball picked up by Shane Manning. He kicks his first. Great teamwork. Why wasn't that a mark? Fitzgerald, terrific mark. 10-7-67 Geelong. They lead Horsham 2-4-16. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard. Almost 17 minutes gone.
Well, they recovered very well, and as Eric called it, it should have been a mark. It was right in front of us, and we had a great view of it. And but they did. They swooped on the crumbs then, and Rowie was a bit stiff not to be paid the mark either. But Rowie pounced on it out to Ricky, and Ricky just got it back towards the hot spot, didn't he?
A lucky soccer kick, or not, a bit of skill there. Got it out there, beautiful.
So in the middle once again, ball comes to ground. Horsham, great tackling in by Geelong, but picked up by Thomas. Left foot kick to full forward. Beck can't take the mark. Ball falls to the back. McNamara, what will he do? Tries to try to get it back to advantage, but the only advantage he's got was to Horsham, and Brad Sproul has picked the footy up, turned the corner and kicked the goal. So good work Horsham. They've kicked their third. 3-4-22. They trail Geelong 10-7-67. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 17.5 minutes gone.
That was just a centre clearance, wasn't it? Just put them under pressure. Just long kick out of the centre, puts the back line under immediate pressure, and they worked it pretty well down there, and got another goal around the corner. But they're kicking the goals. I think out of the 3 goals they've kicked, or the 4 goals they've kicked, all of them have been around the corner. They haven't ran into open goals. Where Geelong, out of their 10 goals, they've probably ran into 5 open goals.
So back in the middle once again, umpire puts it in the air this time. McDonald doing the ruck work. Wells again. He's done well at the centre clearances. He's tackled high. Advantage paid. No advantage umpire. So we'll come back to Adam Wells. And his strength in the middle is quite profound so far in the game. Decides to kick well. Man on the mark touches it. Ball falls to ground. Geelong, Fitzgerald, great tackle on the footy. Went without it, Clifford, unfortunately, and ball picked up by Heath for the Horsham side. To centre half forward. Nice pick up there by Cooper. Ball to half forward. They've created a bit of space. And Troy Greed on this occasion, his opponent just slipped him just a little bit and has taken the very comfortable mark. And this bloke can play a bit, Daniel Baker. He likes to go for the big fly. This time his man on the mark is 45 metres from goal. Would have to have a shot, I think, with a bruise behind
There's a big bloke out there, number 24. I think he can play footy a little bit. He seems to be the go-to player, and he's getting his hands on the footy a bit. That's Hurd. He seems to have a bit of skill.
Well, that's a terrible kick in real terms from Baker, because that wasn't
that's a shocker.
A tough shot. Only behind. Almost missed everything. 3-5-23. They trail Geelong District 10-7-67. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 19 minutes gone. So,
that was a bad miss, that.
Yeah. So McNamara to kick in for GDFL. The lead came from Clifford. He's gone longer than that to Trotter. Good defensive work by Horsham. Comes finally to Trotter again, followed up to McNamara by hand, back into the middle, all Geelong there if they
Go,
get the footy.
Jamie.
Jamie Weiss has the footy. Nice little handball to Roland Beck. He runs clear to the middle, kicks it long, in good position there is Fitzgerald. Matty Furman makes a contest as well. Ball, great tackle there by the Geelong side through Rowe. Ball, weight of numbers for Horsham. They go towards centre wing. Clifford has got 2 to beat, and, well, the mark not taken there by Sawyer as he slid into it, and off his hand, it's over the boundary line in front of the change rooms here, western side of the Coghlan Park as the ball comes in once again. Weiss does well with strong body work. Ball not taken there by the Horsham side. Lazarick picked up, handball to Trotter. Trotter across the ground. They've opened it up. Here goes Ferguson with his pace. Also there is Fisher in support. The North Geelong boys. Ferguson with his pace hooks it round the body. The lead has come there from Manning, and Shane Manning has taken the mark. Chips it over the top, looking for Clifford. If he can pick it up, he's run onto the footy. He has handball. Well, it finally took the umpire the actual. Shane Manning running into an open goal, and the umpire decided not to pay advantage.
He's definitely the opportunist, isn't he?
Yeah. It took a long time. The tackle actually slid down the body, didn't it? Until Clifford was finally held by the ankle only. And umpire no option but to pay the free kick. A difficult shot. We had a look at this pocket before the game, Laurie. It's very deep.
Yeah, a tough kick from there.
And he's at least 45 metres from goal. So a very difficult shot for Lee Clifford. Moves in. He's made a pretty good fist of the distance, but unfortunately he hasn't got the accuracy, and are behind only to the Geelong side off the boot of Lee Clifford. 10-8-68 Geelong, 3-5-23 Horsham. That's on the Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 21 minutes gone. The kick in taken quickly. Mark not taken for Horsham. They've got the ball back so that they can get the ball forward, go towards half forward. Almost a good mark there, taken by Baker. Handball has gone to Butch. He goes across the ground. A full forward players. Well, on that occasion, McNamara a fair bit behind. The lead came from, excuse me, the full forward for the Horsham side in Sproul, and has taken the fairly comfortable mark. So 30 metres out, directly in front, an opportunity for Horsham to lessen the margin that they're now facing against this Geelong District Football League side. So about to move in, Sproul. That's a better looking approach, a better looking kick.
Yeah,
I think we'll pay that as his second goal. It is. That's the fourth for Horsham. 4-5-29. They trail Geelong 10-8-68. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 22 and a half minutes gone.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of good coaching there. They've taken Jamie Weiss off for a little bit of a spell right towards the end of the first half, and I reckon Rickett would go into the ruck, wouldn't he? He's actually come on, so I imagine he'll give him a run it. He's pretty light against the bigger fellas, but he can get up, this guy, at the centre bounces.
Well, they've given him half a quarter spell, Laurie, so perhaps they had the intention of running him in there.
For sure. That was just good movement, that goal from the kick out. They opened it up very nicely, and the big fella down forward presented himself well and finished it off well.
So the ball in the middle once again. Rickett, well, it doesn't get anywhere near the contest. A tap down easily to Thomas for Horsham. Out wide, Ferguson's pace might be an advantage here as the ball is going to beat all players over the boundary line. True centre wing, outer side. I think young Stephen just need not get overawed, guys. He's got to run at the footy now.
Just go at the ball.
So
it's a big occasion for him.
It is, as this time Matty Lewis gets in and gives him a hand. Oh, Trotter tackled high, nearly ripped his head off his shoulder. Handballs quickly to Lewis. Lewis now, the leaders come there from Potter. Picked up by Shane Manning, hooks it back, looking for in the middle Lee Clifford. At the drop of the footy, Fitzgerald can't get hold of it. Comes out wide. The Horsham side through Thomas have gone wide to centre wing and have taken the relieving mark. Goes now towards the centre. Adam Wells read that beautifully. Chops it off. Plays on quickly towards Clifford at centre half forward. And Geelong through there moving to the footy. Now they've gone wide looking for Ricky O'Toole. Takes the chest mark. And great body use by Ricky O'Toole. 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. And whilst he might be somewhat incapacitated, it takes a good player to mind him, doesn't it?
Yeah, just football smarts then. He just edged the fullback underneath the ball, and it was kicked to a good spot to him, so We've got a good view of this one.
So Ricky O'Toole with us directly behind the line of the kick. Moves in. Has hooked it. I think the
You wouldn't
league...
be happy with that.
No,
Yeah.
1 goal 3 off his boot actually. 10-9, 69 Geelong. 4-5, 29 Horsham and District. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 25 minutes have just ticked by.
Just while you're waiting, Eric, we just got the netball scores for Geelong have won, 55-37.
Oh, terrific
like
for the
girls.
girls. So it's a good day for the netballers as Horsham have taken the ball from the kick in at full back.
Strength.
Just sheer strength on that occasion by Hurd. And he's got a player running in McClure. He hooks it towards the full forward position. Good contest back
What's
there.
that
Players being pulled and pushed, and unfortunately it has gone against McNamara. It'll go to Sproul. And
I looked up and I thought Matty was held.
I thought he was underneath, and but the umpire saw it the way of the Horsham full forward. So Brad Sproul already 2 goals, 25 metres out directly in front. An opportunity to increase the score. So that Ricky O'Toole miss might be significant now. Sproul now moves in. Oh, I tell you what, I don't know about that one.
I might be in, but just in.
Yes, the umpire has given. He went a long way across, but it is the 3rd to Sproul, the 5th to the Horsham District. 5-5-35. They trailed Geelong 10-9, 69 Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 26 minutes gone.
I think that's Paul's brother, actually. Paul Sproul. No, I'm only joking.
Of his son.
It could be his son.
Just with that, I think that was a good call, Laurie. What you called before with the big bloke Hurd at centre half forward. If they can get the ball to him, as I showed then, that was one of the times he has beaten big Brett Fisher at the ball, but they get the ball to him. He's got plenty of football smarts. He give that handball away just to the fellow in the open, and I think you're a good call. I think he can play a bit.
Yeah, I think he's a bit like the Queen Mary though. It takes a long way to turn around.
He's all right coming forward, but it's just when he's got to turn around.
So back in the middle, as the umpire will put the ball back into play. Rickett to do the ruck work against McDonald. This time Rickett, good contest. Ball comes down, kicked out, only as far as Ferguson. Ferguson for Geelong, kicks it towards half off. Fitzgerald does well. Wonderful position, wonderful mark, and this kid can play. So Fitzgerald now chips it over the top, looking for Rowe. He's manhandled, put the ground. No, said the umpire, as Ricky O'Toole not able to hang on to the tackle there. Back to the middle. It's mark dropped there by Horsham. It's all Geelong around the drop of the footy, but Horsham get a handball out. Goes to Sawyer. Somehow he gets it out wide, looking for a teammate in Young. But Ferguson's pace, absolutely unbelievable. Decides to have a bounce and just runs away from his opponent over the top there of Potter into the full forward area. And Horsham doing well in defence. Has come back from behind. Mark not taken there by Broome. Picked up by Lewis. Hooks it around the body. He's got player loose there in Trotter. Trotter now, the low kick. Oh, beautiful work.
Kick.
Fitzgerald again. Sees a player loose at half forward as Ricky O'Toole, but unfortunately not enough carry on the kick. And intercepting there was Webb. This time he's chipped it over the top. Geelong with a chance through. Not able to get that. Goes to half forward. Attacking the football there was Lazarick, can't get it. Oh, nice work. Handball comes out to Rowe of Horsham towards full forward. McNamara a long way behind Sproul. Backing him up is Broome. Broome now eludes the tackle, gets a handball to McNamara. Now they come clear. He's going to have to go further than Lazarick. Can't get the carry on the kick, and that's a poor one. And marked by Heath. Decides to go long. It's all Horsham back there. And the opportunity not missed by the full forward. Looks like Sproul again. One grab mark, and just a couple of poor kicks out of defence for the Geelong side, and they might well pay the ultimate penalty. In fact, it might be Baker.
It's not Thomas, is it?
We'll identify him in a moment as he about to move in. Comes in. It is Baker.
Yeah.
And
well,
I'll tell you what, he's...
No, he doesn't like it.
So he's one goal, two. He's missed the last 2 shots he's had. And that's 5 goals, 6.36 for Horsham. 10-9, 69 Geelong Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 29 minutes gone.
He nails those couple, and then all of a sudden, it's really game on then. Blood rule, yeah.
Lazarick again, isn't it?
No,
McNamara, I think.
Matty McNamara. You better come through the interchange gates. What's he got? Oh, knee.
So coming off the ground is McNamara with the blood burl, being replaced by Scotty Werner.
One cry boy to another cry boy.
Yeah.
So surely they've got to wait till the player gets down there.
Get you in position, I think.
So now there's plenty of movement. Ball comes out from Roland Beck at full back. Big pack of players back there. Punch forward by Baker into the forward half again for
There's
Horsham.
good vision there.
Well, it's all Horsham as Adrian Hurd has taken the mark unopposed, and Geelong players all went to one side of the ground. The ball was turned over. All the Horsham players on the other side of the ground, which is where the ball went back to.
Very good discipline too from the Horsham player then to punch the ball inside the 50.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Instead of trying to mark, he punched the ball back into that hot spot. And
that was Baker. I think he's got a fair brain on him.
Yeah.
So the kick now from Adrian Hurd. Man on the mark, 35 metres out, directly in front. We reckon this bloke can play. I reckon he can kick as well. That's a beautiful kick straight over the goal umpire's head. And the sixth goal for Horsham District, 6-6-42. They trailed Geelong 10-9-69. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. That came at the 30-minute mark.
Well, they are playing a lot better footy, and they are using the ball in around that 50. And as we called, Hurd starting to get his hands on the ball, and the full forward too. He's come out, and if they nail the 2 goals they missed from standing shots, all of a sudden, they'll only be 13 or 14 points down.
And the thing is, Paul, they don't get any smaller, these big blokes, and they're going to be probably doing the same thing in the 25 minutes of the last quarter, and that is a concern, and we've got to keep running.
In the middle, good contest by Rickett on this occasion. Finally comes down. Wells can't get the kick away. Horsham with a handball clear. Went to Dunn. He's gone wide to centre wing. Strong contingent of Geelong players out there as the tackle put on. Finally handball comes to Webb. They've done well to work it out to Young. Young
very well.
Top to McClure. McClure now runs to half forward. Long kick into the full forward position. And mark taken by Friend, who's not long on the ground, just ahead of Scott Verner, also not long on the ground. And I just think, having seen him last week, Laurie, they need to get Verner out of the defensive half and into the forward half somehow.
I think so. Is Jason down the bench still?
Well, I think Ricky O'Toole's just called for the runner to do just that by the look of things.
Well, I hope this bloke kicks better than he marks, because if it had been an egg before, it'd been all over him.
Yep. Well, he moves in, the white boots, and I don't think he kicks any better, but it is a behind. So another behind to the Horsham side, 6-7-43. They trailed Geelong 10-9-69. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 32 minutes gone. As we got a bit of a light shower of rain.
Light shower.
And the kick in comes to Broome. Handball back to, well, ball comes to half back. Comes to ground, Horsham. Gee, it's quite slippery. Handball there by Heath. Over the top to Butch. Butch has found a teammate there in McClure. He's checked it right across the ground.
I think he slipped as he kicked that.
And I think the ground is going to be very slippery here as Lazarick in the back half picks it up, runs clear for Geelong. Well, I don't know where he's kicked it to. It's over the head of Ferguson, straight into the arms there of Young for the Horsham side. Kicks it back to the centre into the corridor as the siren sounds for half-time here at Coghlan Park in Horsham. Half-time scores reading Geelong and District Football League 10-9-69. They lead the Horsham District Football League 6-7-43. Goal kickers for Geelong to half-time, Michael Rowe 4, all in the first quarter. Sean Fitzgerald 2. 1 to Stephen Rickett, Ricky O'Toole, Shane Manning and Andrew Ferguson. For Horsham District, Brad Sproul, the full forwards 3. 1 each to Daniel Thomas, Daniel Baker and Adrian Hurd. So that is the half-time score here. Interleague football, Coghlan Park in Horsham. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll have the third quarter action here, as well as a summary from Paul and Laurie on the first half. You're tuned to 94.7 The Pulse, the home of local football.